to Man Up. We are back. Thank you for tuning in to the Man Up Sports Show, where we are going to be talking shake weights and shape ups, homie.
And hydroxycut.
South Beach diet. Let's get it. Let's talk to somebody who actually should let it go. How about those Notre Dame Irish?
Man, get
Let it
all
go,
Notre
son.
Dame. I'm not even a
Let it
Notre
go,
Dame
son.
fan, but for college football to be right, certain teams need to be good. And Notre Dame is one of them. One, you take
I like
up,
to watch them lose.
You take up all Saturday NBC's programming with terrible playing.
football.
Y'all lost to Tulsa, son. Man up, son.
And you lost because of your coach. Kick the field goal, man.
I guess.
Kick the field goal, win the game. I mean,
They got blown out by Navy.
they got busted by Navy.
Man, man.
They got busted by Navy.
Do you think they need to get in a conference so they can
They do.
recruit better players?
They do. I think they recruit just fine. And we were
They
just
don't
talking about
recruit
this.
just fine.
Every year, well, whoever ranks them bad. Because
Well,
every year their recruiting class is in the top 10.
Well, let me tell you, I
And they
think there's
can't
a
play.
conspiracy to even out the rankings of a bunch of high school kids because they get a bunch of kids from Illinois, Midwestern states, the cold states, and they have these kids ranked high. You can't run fast and you from Illinois. It's too cold.
It's impossible to run fast.
You can't run, you from Illinois.
If y'all ain't realized, we have a Florida homer.
That's right.
Which I can't blame you. Good, if you're gonna be a good football team,
you gotta get some
get
kids out
basketball.
the speed state, baby.
You gotta have kids from Texas. You gotta have kids from Florida. California's creeping up there, man. You gonna have to get
California's
those
always
kids.
been, but they're not getting anybody from California. I mean, they don't get the kids from the speed state, so that means that skill positions they're a step slower than the good teams.
What I don't understand about college football is that because of tradition, we have to see Notre Dame ranked every year. They haven't proven anything, but yet schools like Boise, who've been good for 5 years, Utah's been good for 5 years, TCU's been good for almost 10 years.
Yep.
Those schools have to fight their way into the rankings or fight their way into a BCS bowl game when the last time we see Notre Dame getting smacked by Jamarcus Russell and LSU, they didn't earn it.
Yeah, that is true.
They didn't earn it.
True. This is true.
And that's the thing that I don't
BCS
understand.
is a joke. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. It's a joke.
It is. It's a joke. If the BCS ran college basketball, which is close, near, and dear to my heart, North Carolina, Kentucky, and Kansas would win every year.
Yeah, you're right.
Every year. There's a
Duke,
reason why
gotta
they
throw
don't.
Duke in there.
Yeah, Duke. Guys like that will win every single year. There's a reason why they don't, because you have to win the NCAA tournament, and March Madness happens.
Yeah, I mean that time of the year for college basketball is just electric. I don't see why the powers that be in college football wouldn't want to take advantage of that. And you have the atmosphere, the fans, great, on the field product. You should take advantage of that.
I absolutely believe they should. I mean, even we'll take anything. A +1, +2.
I mean, you can
however you wanna
still
do
use
it.
the bowls as sites for, the playoffs.
For the playoffs. Absolutely.
And
And people will still come. And this is what gets me about the NCAA. I hope somebody from the NCAA is listening.
you think
You all of a sudden catch religion or whatever it is that you get and try to act like you care about the students and say, oh, it's too long of a season.
Oh, get
They'll
outta
miss
here.
academic and all of this other kind of stuff. Man, you could care less.
they really?
Let's just be honest.
Because March Madness is right during
Absolutely.
that second semester.
Absolutely. You want to keep your amateur status when it benefits you or your idea, and when it doesn't, you're running a professional program. You fail to. This is the same organization which punishes the kids at every turn, whether it's selling a jersey or taking money from an agent, but never prosecutes the agents or the coaches.
Yeah, they're still walking around.
They still walking around. Let's take a look at how many players. 8 players, 10 players, 12 players that got punished from North Carolina's football team for having dealings with an agent, possibly lying about it. Bruce Pearl still coaching.
Still coaching, yeah.
It makes absolutely no sense.
Bruce, why you talking about my man Bruce Pearl?
Bruce, I don't have a problem with him. I personally like the energy that he brings to college basketball.
You like him? He's sweaty. Why does he sweat so much?
I thought when he painted the T on his chest and went to a pep rally, I thought that was pretty cool.
I would never send my son to a coach that paints.
I wouldn't
anything.
send my son to Bruce Pearl play for Bruce Pearl either.
Well, that's because you like.
I mean, he's a bootleg coach. I wouldn't send my son there. I like him though for somebody else's kid.
Yeah, not mine.
I mean, he did for Tennessee's program
That's
what
good,
could not be done for a long time.
Pat Summitt coach my son?
Pat Summitt could coach my son.
Yeah, all day long.
Pat Summitt could coach my son all day. You're going to come out with a kid who knows how to play basketball. Pat Summitt's coaching. Your kid's going to play some defense playing for Pat
You're
Summitt.
going to play some defense. And you may get extensions because all the girls on Tennessee team have extensions.
Shout out to Pat Summitt.
I love Pat Summitt. I love the Tennessee women's, the Vols program. I'm just joking.
Where does she rank as a coach to you? I think she's definitely
I think
top
she's
5.
number 2.
Really?
I think
Behind
she's
Dean Smith? I know that's who you got number one.
No. John Wooden is number 1.
John Wooden is number 1. I wanted you to say that.
No, John Wooden is number 1.
Okay.
Pat Summitt's number 2. Dean Smith, to me, is number 3.
That's number 3.
Yeah. And then, as much as I hate to say it, and I'm going to fall out of this chair and start choking, Coach K.
Coach K.
Coach K.
But
I can't stand him.
You can't argue with what he does, though.
Man,
the guy
boy.
wins. I'll tell you what impressed me the most about Coach K is coaching USA basketball. The coaching staff, number one, that he puts together, with everybody from Jim Boeheim to pro coaches who help put that staff together, and he runs the show.
Yeah,
those
he's a
guys
dude.
compete.
Yeah.
For those spots.
Oh, yeah, big time.
And he makes some difficult cuts. And those guys, they play aggressive. They play defense.
Rondo.
Man, he cut Rondo.
He cut Rondo.
He cut Rondo. I mean, he didn't really have a choice, but he cut Rondo. And Kobe has already said, I'm back for 2012. Yeah. Guys want to play. I believe Coach K has a big a part to play with that. I don't think that Bobby Knight could come in, who I think is also X's and O's a good coach, if you could minus the temper, but could command that type of respect.
So you saying Bobby Knight? Bobby Knight is a great coach.
Bobby Knight, X's and O's, to me, is as good as there is.
Yeah.
His philosophy on basketball is bad. His temper's bad.
I hated how his teams played, though.
He wants to do, he has this whole thing about what he feels is the right way. But if you listen to him as an analyst, he's the best basketball analyst ever.
Yeah, he knows what he's talking about. He definitely knows what he's talking about.
He knows the game, breaks down X and O, one of the smartest basketball minds that we still have in the game today. But his temper is awful. He's like a grumpy old man. You know who he is? He is the guy, Mr. Wilson. Off of the What's Name show.
Dennis the Menace.
Off of Dennis the Menace. He's Mr. Wilson.
Man, he's worse than, boy.
He's like
that show wouldn't last long at all.
With Bobby Knight.
With Bobby Knight, boy. Bobby Knight might be Bad Santa. He might be Bad Santa, for real.
He could be. It's a shame to me that...
Look, I'm going to show you. Larry Bird was supposed to go to the Hoosiers. Couldn't deal with Bobby Knight. Glenn Robinson supposed to go to the Hoosiers. Couldn't deal with Bobby Knight.
What amazed me,
Isaiah Thomas went, and he's loony just like Bobby Knight. He's crazy.
What amazed me about Indiana though, and the deal with them is you got rid of Bobby Knight, and then you hired Mike Davis. Basically, same coach.
Angry black man.
Yeah, same coach, different skin color.
But he's doing good things at UAB.
He is. I believe he's a good coach.
Yeah.
You know, knows his stuff, but he's nuts. Isn't he?
I guess. I don't know.
Could Cameron go play for Mike Davis?
No. No.